Welcome to another episode of Progress Daily Show. Today we are interviewing the one, the only Sam Tabor. Now, Sam Tabor is a really good friend of mine, and you're going to see that immediately in the conversation, but don't let that deter you from how successful this human being is so far. Sam Tabor is a YouTuber with over 700,000 subscribers. He's a sponsored skateboarder as well, and he basically makes a living doing all the fun stuff that we all wish we did when we were younger, aka playing video games, making music, and skateboarding. Now, Sam Tabor dedicates a lot of his time to working on his craft, but he's also one of the least stressed people I've ever met. And this episode is sponsored by ProgressDaily.Earth. It's a clothing brand dedicated to giving practical tips to solving some of the world's biggest problems and helping you find your focus. Enjoy. This is the actual first podcast that I'm filming and doing. It's been such a mess to get here. We've broken several things, and Sam Tabor's the one who had to teach. How dare you? Sam Tabor had to teach me how to use this microphone setup and how to use GarageBand. So you know what? We're getting started. There's a lot of things about waiting till you have things right. We did of no such thing. What? All things were wrong. Yeah. And we're starting. So
we're good now. Sam
Tabor, how are you today?
Lukewarm. I know, I'm good. What?
Good,
lukewarm.
Okay. All right. Good.
It's good. We're doing good.
We're starting off hot. Sam Tabor, I'm just going to read the first question. I feel like it's going to make us laugh because I feel like I wrote these questions not thinking about our personal relationship, and they're probably very
Like you don't know me or something?
Exactly. So this one literally says, Sam Tabor, you are a man of many talents. That's literally how the first sentence starts.
Thank you.
So I must have written this at
night.
Do I
answer that? Yes.
Yes. Okay. Oh, it literally says of many talents and inches. That's pretty funny. You're a tall guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Why'd you make a weird face?
Because I didn't know what... Yeah, I'm tall.
As in you are a tall man. Okay. I'm just going to read this question.
Okay.
So if I ever look at my computer, it's because I'm reading questions, because I'm very, very new to this process and very inexperienced. You enjoy so many miscellaneous activities: handboarding, carpetboarding, trampoline boarding, skateboarding, snow skating, trick shots, playing music, video games. You actually do like an insane amount of things. Out of all of these fun hobbies, if you had to choose one to do for the rest of your life, which one would you choose?
Skateboarding.
Really? Over music?
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot you said music.
I did say music. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I know with this.
I don't know.
With all the other skate challenges, I feel like they are just like an extra part of skateboarding.
Yeah. If I had to give up either of those, I'd be really depressed.
Skateboarding or music?
If I had to give up either one, I'd be really depressed. I think I'm more talented at music.
Oh, okay.
But music is really frustrating. But so is skateboarding. So I don't know. I go months sometimes, writer's block with music, where I don't know what to write or how to start writing, and then sometimes it just comes to me and it's super easy. But I don't know. I don't know which one I would choose.
Do you
I would probably say I would stick with music because I can't skate forever, but you can kind of make music forever.
Very true. Do you very consistently try to make music? Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I know you skateboard, almost every day?
Not anymore. I skate recently, yeah. Mm-hmm. But weeks prior, maybe like 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay. So you probably spend more time attempting to skateboard than you do to attempt to make music?
Yeah, I skate more than I try to make music. But I try to make music pretty often.
Right. Which one feels more like a creative outlet?
Music. I still feel new to skating in a lot of ways. Like when I'm trying to learn a new, like today I tried to nollie flip and I sucked at it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know quite what I'm doing with a lot of things in skating and music. The stuff that I want to make, I think it comes more naturally.
Right. Because recently you started another project because you're used to making. How would you define the genre of music that you make?
I have a music project called The Farewell Friend, and that's acoustic-y, pretty. There's not much electronics. It's all stuff, like a tambourine and acoustic guitar and a shaker, all, just stuff you can play without a computer. But then recently, I actually got really inspired by Stranger Things and the Stranger Things soundtrack, and I was like, man, I want to try to make music somewhat like that. And in 2 weeks, I wrote 3 songs and recorded 3 songs.
See, that's what's crazy. That actually leads me perfectly into the next question, which is, you're always able to try new things, literally the second they pop into your head, it seems like. And
that's how I try things.
But I don't think that's a very common thing. I think most people think about things, dwell on it for a really long time, and then don't execute. What advice would you have to people who have that barrier in their head that prevents them from trying new things?
See, it's cool you said that because I honestly think a lot of the times I don't, like, I do what you just said. I don't go for things
Right.
a lot. But, I mean, I guess I do to some extent. So my advice, like, when I started making those 3 songs that I was just saying, I just, like, started trying to make it, and I failed, like, 3 times for each song. Like, I had to redo it, like, 3 times. So my advice is to, like, don't be afraid to suck at it and fail a lot. I also don't think I'm, like, the best person to tell you to go after things, because a lot of the times I'm like, you know, I have a really good idea for something, and then it takes me months to even begin doing it. But once I do start doing it, it really starts to become easier. So I think my advice is to just start trying it, and if you're sucking at it, maybe take a day off, come back to it. Maybe it'll be easier the next time.
Well, what are some of those things that you're planning that seem kind of difficult or out of reach?
Like, I've been saying I'm going to make a full-length skate video for a really long time, and I have been filming it for a really long time. But I remember I wanted it to come out, like, last year.
That's one of those things, though, where you have a lot of other people to account for to get
it's
creative.
not that is very true. Another thing is the Farewell Friend, like the EP that I've been wanting to do. It's taken me like 2 years now to write like 3 songs. Like, you know, and it's not because I've been trying to write a song every single day. If I did that, I would have been done by now.
Okay, so you're not nervous about how people are going to receive it. You just haven't taken...
Right. Well, it's more... I think people are going to really like it, honestly, and that's not like me saying, like, I'm really good, I think everyone's going to love it. I'm just saying I've ditched, like, 6 songs now that I don't like, and I think other people would have liked it, and I know they would want me to put it out, but I don't like them.
You're your own biggest critic?
I don't even
good.
like the last song that I put out, and other people really loved it, and I was not a fan of it, honestly.
Yeah, I've noticed that you've had nothing but extremely positive feedback.
Yeah, people really, which thank you to anyone that listens to it and really likes it. I'm glad they do, because to me, like, some of the stuff that I make, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's cringy. Like, I don't even like listening to it. But
it's a very rare thing in skateboarding for someone to do what you do, to like sing well. So I think when people saw you, oh, Sam's about to sing and he's playing the guitar. Yeah. I was nervous when I was watching it, but I've also
I was nervous too.
But I was at your wedding, and one of your songs, didn't it play during the wedding?
Yeah, when Catherine walked down the aisle, that was my song playing.
That's so insane, because the whole time I was looking for your song and I couldn't find it, because honestly it was so well done.
Oh, thanks.
That I was really surprised.
Thank you.
Good job out there.
Thanks.
Kid.
Yeah, see, that song, actually, I didn't like the way it came out, but everyone else said it was... I really should... What I should do, this is... it goes on to the advice. Mm-hmm. I think, and I need to follow it, is put it out there, even if you're not completely proud of it, because, number one, I think if you're like me, you're probably your biggest critic. And number 2, if it is kind of worse than you wanted it to be, that gives you, like, the next thing you put out, it can, like, trump it. You know what I mean?
Very true.
Like,
and the
can,
consequences are never that bad.
I just said trumpet like a...
Nice. The consequences are never that bad. And people, like, it's like worst case scenario, you have, what, one person who doesn't like it? Yeah. And then, I don't know, hundreds of people who compliment you, tell you how awesome you are.
So.
And how tall you are.
I need to follow that advice, though. I need to just put stuff out there, even if I don't think it's perfect. I've literally recorded entire songs, listened to it, and I'm like, nope, done with it.
Entire songs?
I spent like 2 days on them. Like, nope.
That's so crazy. Well, at least you have the ability to throw something away, and it's not super in your heart as soon as you create it.
Yeah, the one song that I actually, like, was really proud of was Bones. Like, the first song that I put out, it was a very easy recording process. I liked how it went, and I was like, yeah, I think this one's pretty good. That was the only one.
Well, just to completely switch off topic.
Okay.
You're a Cincinnati boy.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. Oh, you're from Kentucky, naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Right.
Like your hair. Yeah. Natural. But you get the opportunity to travel quite often. Do you ever plan on switching up locations, or is Cincinnati the perfect home base?
It's really hard to say. I don't think I'll be in Cincinnati for the rest of my life.
Really? Like, you might actually completely live somewhere else?
Yeah, I think so.
Huh.
But not anytime soon. Like, we're about to buy a house here.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, because I think we had a conversation a long time ago about this, and you said that you were good to go. You're like, Cincinnati, this is fine, but...
If I did live here for the rest of my life, I would not be bummed.
Okay.
Because I know I would travel a lot. I really, really like having a place that's not too crazy to call home. Mm-hmm. I like just a calm, nice place, and then just traveling a lot. I think that's really fun. Like, because if I lived in LA, which is fun, LA is fun, also really hectic and really stressful.
Right.
like that wouldn't feel home to me. That would feel like I'm like temporarily there and on vacation. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's why I moved away from there to New York City, so that I could go home
I've never
and
been
relax.
to New York, so
Well, you should take a trip up there.
I
It's
do.
amazing.
I saw
You
the
really
Statue
should.
of Liberty from an airplane.
Did you say hey?
Yeah, I was like, "What's up?"
Nice. That's amazing.
She like went like this.
Well, you're living here right now with your wife.
Yes.
What's it like being married? What's it like being married at a young age?
I don't know.
Because you don't know what it's like to be married at an old age.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've known her for. We were like best friends all throughout high school. I feel like I grew up with her. So like, I mean, I do get it. Like some people are like, "Wow, you're 23 and married," but like to me, it's like I've known her for like half my life.
Right. And you max out at brain growth at like 16. So you're at like 16, you're good to go. You can get married just as like responsibly, I feel like.
I mean, I also grew up like. I mean, a lot of people didn't grow up in a small town in Kentucky where, like, it's normal to get married at 23.
Was it actually?
Yeah, like, I remember people got married outside of high school, like, 19. Like,
True.
I don't know. Like, I know to a lot of people it's not normal, but at the same time, and that's fine. Like, if it's not normal, like, I don't care. The only thing that's weird is, like, when people tell you you're going to fail.
Right.
Because that happened when I said I was like engaged, like on YouTube. People are like, "Well, that divorce is happening soon," and like we couldn't be happier. Like I don't get it. Like it's like why just because you're not happy, why do you have to project it onto other people? I don't know.
It's such a thing. Do you have difficulty with? You like how I said do you? do you have difficulty with audience and dealing with the hate and all of that stuff?
Honestly, I don't get hate near as much as I used to.
Okay.
So I'm like fine now. It used to really bother me.
So right now, if something slips up and someone just says like one insulting thing out of all the comments,
I used to like reply to them. Now I just kind of, I don't know, if it's like super insulting, I'll just block them.
Yeah, same. I remember I remember one time you replied to someone like Taco Bell, who said an insult. Someone said something.
Oh yeah, if it's
gnarly.
like if they've thought about it and you can tell they've like it seems like they lost sleep over it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I actually don't do it anymore. But I used to just reply like "My pretty pony." Because they typed out like 4 paragraphs of like why they don't like me, and it's totally fine if they don't like me. I don't care if they don't like me. Just have you ever disliked someone so much that you want to comment on their video?
Never.
Like, what? That's so funny. I don't know. And you're still
insanity.
supporting them when you comment.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, you're viewing the video.
Yeah.
You're watching it. And for people to get that wrapped up in insulting you, it's like because when you don't reply to that though, which I found out now, that is cutting off the oxygen of someone who lives to be replied to as an insult.
Something that's cool that you can do is you can hit hide comments from user, and when they type a comment, they think that it goes public, but it doesn't, and it hides it. So they just like spend all this time wasting their time.
Have you ever? This is horrible, but have you ever replied to someone and then hid their comment so that they would see your comment in their notifications?
I did it on accident, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think I replied, and then I was like, you know what? Forget that guy. And then I hit that, and then I was like, I wonder if he sees my comment now. I do remember doing that, though.
Yeah, I try it every single time just to make sure. I'm just like, I wonder if they're going to see that I say this crazy thing that no one would probably ever believe that I would say.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, I guess I could get away with it.
Honestly, like, I really don't get that much hate anymore. And I think it's because no one watches my videos.
I actually feel the same way. I'm not getting that much new people. So
I feel like my group of people is there, and they like me, and that's who watches my video. Occasionally, maybe someone has no idea who I am, and they click on a video, and they're like, wow, this guy sucks, and then they're like, you suck.
What would you rather have? Would you rather have the higher numbers and the new audience that could potentially yell at you and tell you how stupid you are? Or?
I don't know. Because that's actually one thing that I love about Twitch. Twitch, streaming video games. That's one thing I really like about Twitch is I have a really, really small group of people, but it's so fun because I like know these. I probably have like 30 to 40 average viewers, 25 to 40. It kind of, I don't know, whenever I'm playing, and I like know, I don't know them, but like I know who I'm talking to because they tune into every stream and stuff.
So you'll say
it's
like,
nice,
hey,
it's really fun to have a small audience that you can like crack jokes with.
That's amazing.
It's like really funny. So if I was like a huge streamer, for example, that I might hate it a little because you don't know who's talking to you. Do you know what I mean?
Right. There's a lot of pressure too with slipping up on live streams and saying things that you might regret.
I've seen people do that.
It's happened. I can't imagine you doing it. I don't know what you would possibly say unless it was a complete accident.
The worst thing I've done on stream is I said, "You cracker." And
man.
And I was literally thinking of a cracker. And then, like, JP was there. He was like, "Did you just call that guy a cracker?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was literally talking like a saltine." But, like, the whole stream, like, thought it was, like, funny. And I didn't mean it in any bad way whatsoever. I was literally, like, it was the first thing that came out of my mouth. It was, like, a saltine cracker. That's literally what I was thinking of.
That's so funny. But speaking of viralness, can you describe, explain the bottle flipping craze? Because you and Ryan Bracken were literally on the forefront of all of that, which I feel like a lot of people out there probably know of, like when the bottle flipping was in full effect. You guys were literally like the lead runners of it. Yeah, can you just explain that?
Literally, like, we did not mean it to go big at all. Like, because I've done stupid videos. Like, if you go to my channel, for 4 years I've done stupid videos. Like ridiculous videos. And I thought bottle flipping was ridiculous. I was like, we should go to a skate park and bottle flip. But Ryan Bracken made a bottle flip video a while ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, and it did whatever. Like, it was like a whatever okay viewed video. I didn't watch it. I don't know how good the video is. I'm talking about view-wise. It wasn't spectacular. Mm-hmm. And then me and him were at the skate park, and I literally had a bottle, like a Gatorade bottle, and we were not planning on doing it. And it was raining, and we went to like this undercover thing at the skate park, and I was like, let's just like film a bottle flip video. And that was the first bottle flip video on my channel, and it got like, I think it has like, I don't know, millions of views right now.
Wow.
And it was like literally us just joking. Like, we were not, and the thing that sucks is like people thought we were like serious bottle flippers. Like, we were just kidding.
Right.
And so, like, naturally as a YouTuber, I see that, like, I've never had a video blow up that quick, other than I Can't Even, but that was a random Reddit thing. But yeah, it like blew up very quickly, and then I was like, well, obviously, like, people really liked this, so I made it. Then Ryan made one because we were like, well, we should both make one, and then it just like turned into like a little mini series. I made less than 10 bottle flip videos.
Really, overall?
Yeah,
and they
like,
did so well.
People think I made like a ton. Ryan made a lot.
Right.
I do make a lot of trick shot videos.
So why is it that Ryan became like a bottle flipping channel, and you weren't? Can you describe why?
I didn't want bottle flipping to be like a main thing because I thought it was like, I don't care about it. But at that time, if I made a bottle flip video, it was guaranteed to get hundreds of thousands of views. And I don't know, me personally, I was like, well, I still want to have my main skateboarding. I want that to be that. Ryan, I don't think he would care if I said this, but Ryan, like a month before we filmed that bottle flip thing, was actually thinking about not making YouTube videos anymore because I don't think he would care if I said that. But yeah, he said like his views were just really down. No one really cared to watch it, and it was a lot of effort. So he was like, yeah, I just think I'm going to stop making them. And then that just blew up on his channel. And he was like, what the heck? So he was like, yeah, I'm going to keep on doing it, which is smart. Like, he kept on doing it.
It's giving people what they want as well. So it's not like,
It's not like, I actually knew people in real life that were mad at me that I was making bottle flip videos.
Really? Like friends and...
Yeah, and like we're fine. We're fine now. Like it wasn't a big deal.
I'm sure a lot of people were jealous as well. Just kind of seeing
I just didn't get... They thought I was like trying to milk it for views, but like even if it didn't get views, we still would have done it. Like, it was funny. Like, we just thought it was funny. I don't know.
And we're all trying to get views. I mean, if you're making a YouTube video, you know, you can put out content that you want 100% to like help someone or teach something, but that's still in the back of your head to think, how many views can I get on this video? And you do want it to be seen by as many people as possible. Especially fun video. The bottle flip videos are really fun.
The thing that is fun about trick shots and bottle flips, all that stuff, is that the entire video, we're just goofing off the entire time. And I think our personalities show a lot in it because we're just like messing with each other the entire time. And to me, it's fun to watch. Maybe not to some people. Some people might think it's really stupid. I know there's like bottle flip haters now, which is really funny. Like if someone posted a bottle flip, they're like, "That's so stupid." Like I didn't even watch the video, and it's just like if you watch the video, it's literally just us goofing off. Like it's not like a serious like, and like I get emails from like this company and they want me to enter like they've emailed me like 10 times. They want me to enter like this world championship bottle flip thing, and it's like a really serious thing, and I just don't reply to it because I'm not gonna do that. Like, you know what I mean? That's how not serious I take it.
Okay.
Like,
Can you please explain more details about
I don't even know about it. I don't even know what it is.
Wait, do you know where it is?
No, I think it's an online thing, but it's like the world champion bottle flip thing.
If you're out there, please research that.
I can find, like, it's in my emails, but it's world championship bottle flip. They wanted me to be a part of it, and I'm not gonna do. I don't care about it. You know, it's like it's just goofing off.
Have you gotten actually better at the skill of bottle flipping? Oh, actually, okay. Because to me, it was like. I was doing it a lot too, just because I honestly thought it was super fun. I didn't really make any videos about it, but actually, it was a really fun craze.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was doing it so much that I was like, I'm actually getting better at this. Like,
Yeah.
somehow I'm developing skill as a bottle flipper.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I should have joined that tournament.
Yeah, I mean, you could be a world champion.
Gosh, man.
People, well, yeah. That was
No,
it.
continue.
I already said it.
No, what were you gonna say?
I don't remember. That's why I'm.
But now you have bottle flip haters because everything stems from jealousy. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there who like, I mean, when you ever get yelled at, especially on YouTube, to succeed in something so miscellaneous as well.
I just think it's really funny that like, YouTube is my job, and there's still people out there that watch YouTube videos that do not like the fact that people make a living off of it.
Right.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Like, there's people that like, if they know you're making a lot of money doing something, and I'm not saying I make a ton of money, I'm just saying, like, if they know you're making money doing this, they think you don't deserve it. There's a lot of people out there like that, and with the bottle flip thing, that became like a thing. Like, people, it actually wasn't that much hate still. Like, if you look at the likes to dislikes, it was like 1% dislikes still, but like there were comments that were just like, you're just trying to milk this to get a lot of money, and it's just like, I've been doing stupid videos like this for so long.
True. It's
Like-
just an extended version of
like-
hating on a YouTube channel. Like, that's the first base, and then it's like, now you got to hate on him for making bottle flip videos
Yeah.
that are really fun, entertaining, and do really, really well. And it's also a business that people forget at the end of the day. It's like, if you see something that works really well in your business, why would you stop doing that?
Yeah.
So that's such a hard balance too. And do you struggle with that balance when it comes to YouTube, where I feel like a lot of companies out there, you know, they'll think of something that will sell well because it's somewhat trendy, and then they'll stick with that because it's doing well, and then of course they have core audiences who will say, "You've sold out. Now you're selling this, and you never would." Like, I knew
people that say sellout is so funny to me.
yeah, I think it's a really stupid expression.
I thought I was going to get a lot of people saying I was a sellout for doing a Coca-Cola brand deal. Mm-hmm. But surprisingly, like, I mean, a couple did, but like, surprisingly, not that many people did it. And that's kind of actually the moment where I realized, I was like, man, I don't really have that many haters now.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I did a Coca-Cola brand deal, and I was expecting everyone to be like, well, you're such a sellout, blah, blah, blah. And most people were just like, well, good for you. I was like, heck yeah, I love my audience. I was like, that's awesome.
Why don't you think you have that many haters?
I don't think I'm that big.
You don't think you're big enough?
I don't know. I think the people that used to hate on me just don't watch me anymore. I don't know. I really don't know. I know I'm about to hit 700,000 subscribers.
That's
but,
insane.
Like, 700,000 people do not watch me. Like, I feel like a lot of those people are, like, have you ever thought about how many subscribers you actually have?
Yeah, I would say probably about 20,000.
Yeah, like me too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say like I know that many people have clicked the subscribe button, but I wonder how many of those people like completely don't, like, forgot I exist, which is a lot. And I don't mean that in, like, I'm not upset about that. I'm just wondering how many active subscribers that actually watch me.
Yeah, because I was talking to someone the other day about all this, and they basically said, like, as you're growing subscribers, I mean, unless you're a few of the really big accounts, your subscribers are being replaced. You're not growing, you're just changing out people.
Yeah.
So you keep growing because people don't unsubscribe from you.
Right.
But really, it's just 20,000 people, they're gone. 20,000 more people, they're gone.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you keep it somewhat entertaining and interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm bad at this. So my next question is literally. I'm gonna ask this question, but it's like horrible timing.
Okay.
On that note, why would it just say that? I don't even know what we're talking about. Is there anything that's hard for you to deal with, or bring you pain or anxiety or self-doubt? Because I
Yeah.
feel like you're one of the most confident people I've ever met.
Really?
Yes. I feel like you're very, very consistently confident.
Your screen is going
Dim?
dim and bright.
Oh, it's
Is that a big
okay.
deal?
So my camera actually dropped before this, along with another camera and my computer.
And now it's just freaking out.
And now it's freaking out a little bit, but you know what? We're going to keep going. and I hope for the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are those things that give you?
Dude, honestly, like, I don't really talk about it like on my channel or anything, but yeah, like when I was a kid, I would have anxiety just because I had homework. Like, I don't even mean like it was due and I didn't do it. I mean, like, if a teacher assigned homework, I immediately started having like crazy anxiety, like just weird stuff. I don't know. I'm a little weirdo.
Well, did you ever tell your parents and they sort of like were like, oh, we have that anxiety too?
Yeah, my dad, like, he's way better now, but yeah, he had really bad anxiety.
Even as you were a kid?
Oh yeah, like he would talk about it with me. Because,
Interesting.
Yeah, like I would cry. Like I would get homework and just like have a panic attack for no reason. Like it was just like stuff like that.
And he would just tell you that
And
he had similar.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, you would just like think about it. You'd be like, okay, so why are you nervous? And it's like, just, I don't know, because I'm going to fail it. And he's like, why do you think you're going to fail it? It's like, I don't know, I just am. He's like, why?
Would it help?
Yeah, like you just got to think about it. You got to think of everything and just put it all into perspective. And it's like, logically, would this happen? No. Then why are you worried about it? Another thing is like, do you have control over this? Yes. Okay, then do it.
Right.
If you don't have control over it, then just like what's the point of worrying about it? You know what I mean?
Right. That's such a funny topic because I feel like the world, it seems like the majority has such bad anxiety over things that they can't control. And almost like primarily, it seems like that's what's thought about more nowadays is the things that none of us can control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think people just love to be in control. And I think that just the aspect of not being in control of things, that's what creates anxiety.
Right.
You know?
And I feel like talking about it makes people feel like they have some control over it in some way.
I think more people need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think it's really good to talk to other people about it. Like Johnny Geiger made a video about it, actually.
I enjoyed that video.
Yeah, he like talked about it. He's like, hey, I have crazy anxiety. And I was like, wow, it's like you can relate to, like everyone has anxiety. Like everyone feels anxious at some point, you know? Like some people might have it worse than others, but I don't know. It's a good topic.
Do you think your anxiety ever stems from insecurity? Because I feel that's one thing too.
It used to.
Okay.
I don't know about now, because I don't really think about what other people think of me. Really,
I don't see you as very insecure. I never have.
I used to be, like for sure, like in high school, and it was pretty stupid. Like,
what was it for? 'Cause I feel like you're tall too.
Everyone used to say I was like the skinniest person on earth. But like, if someone tells me that now, I'm like, okay, like I don't care. But it used to really bother me. Like I just don't care now.
Are you naturally skinny, or do you just work out a lot?
I'm the skinniest guy ever. Yeah.
No matter how much you eat.
Oh no,
Do you eat a lot?
I eat so much food. It's gonna catch up one day.
You think
I
so?
hope I get fat.
When you're like 40, you just get huge.
Yeah. I eat so much food. Seriously, like a lot of food.
Interesting. I always wonder what the psychology is behind. Not psychology, Jesus. It's our bodies that
Yeah.
control that, and I wonder why. For some people, because for
Metabolism,
me,
I guess, I don't know.
For me, I can actually get big. If I don't skate, I would actually get fat. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because when I was in sixth grade, I was a chubby boy.
Really?
I was really handsome. I have like this old picture of me where I'm chubby and I have food on my shirt. It's like the worst
wanna
thing.
see that.
It's the worst thing that has ever happened. But also, how do you stay so positive? You're a very positive person. I mean, on top of all that and everything we talked about, yeah, I know it seems like sort of a downer subject, but you're always laughing. I never really see you put your emotions on other people as well. So like, I feel like if you are feeling kind of bad, you're not like, hey everyone, I'm feeling horrible. Like a lot of people do. A lot of people do that. Or they'll at least make it obvious.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I guess it's just the way I'm built.
Right.
I don't know. I don't want to bring other people down just because something is going on with me. Also, another thing that I do, this helps a lot. I really, really hate being alone if I'm having a horrible day. I hate it. It ruins my day if like I'll be depressed if I'm already having a bad day and then I'm alone the rest of the day. I want to be with my friends, and dude, that's like what my channel's about to me, is like being around your friends, because to me that's like what matters, is like relationships in life, to me personally. That's what gets me in a good mood. It like having friends and just hanging out with people, that it almost gets, to me, it gets all the negativity on the side. It doesn't really get rid of it, like all the anxiety that we were talking about, didn't really get rid of it, but it puts it on the side, and you can kind of like ignore it for a long time, and then you realize like these people care about you. I don't know. It's just like a good thing to me. Did that make any sense?
It makes a lot of sense because actually it's so funny now because I feel like being able to be alone and strong and like almost cynical is romanticized now. Like a lot of people who are teaching how to be, they're like, oh, you should be tough, cutthroat, ruthless, especially in business because I'm very interested in the world of business. But how, like, what would you tell someone who, like, because me, basically, I know that being around people is good. But when I schedule my days, I very rarely schedule like 3 to 5 spend time with someone.
I never do that. I never like think like, I've never been like that. I've never had to think of like, well, I need to hang out with someone today. Mm-hmm. I've never really thought of that.
But you always do it.
I think that's just how I am. Like I just want to be around people.
But it almost seems like I feel like it is good. I feel like it's always good. Like I don't think there's a scenario out there where it's like.
Well, I think it can make you less productive.
Yeah.
You know, like
that's the balance.
Like you're way more productive than me. Like for sure.
But I'm probably a lot more angry than you are as well.
I don't know. Like here's one thing. I don't think being successful is more important than how you feel or the relationships that you have. That's good advice. Also, I guess it's how you define success. I mean, how would you define it? Well, when I think of successful, like that word to me actually means like you have a good career.
Yeah. Right.
But there's different types of success. It's like, well, yeah, you can be super successful, but have a super unsuccessful marriage.
Yeah.
You know, like it just depends on what you're talking about. But usually the first thing that comes to my mind when someone says like, oh, are they successful? I think of like, oh, do they have money?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think most people do. I think a lot of people get that.
Yeah,
get that
and I don't know
vibe.
if that's a good thing, but I mean, if we're getting like super into it, no, I don't think money is the answer. Mm-hmm. As long as you can survive and you're doing what you love to do, I think that's what matters.
Yeah, and that's funny because I've put so much focus and emphasis on trying to make money because it seemed like new. It's new and exciting for anyone, right?
Yeah.
Any kid who starts making money, even if you do have like wealthy parents, it's exciting that you're making all this money on your own.
Yeah, also it's not bad at all to want to make money.
Right.
I'm a YouTuber.
Right. YouTubers do that.
Yeah, like I'm not saying wanting to be successful is bad at all because I want to be successful. Mm-hmm. Everyone wants to be successful, you know? Mm-hmm. You want to be able to do what you want to do for what you love to do for a living.
Right. And in that sense, you are successful. And I think about this too, where it's like my definition actually changes pretty often because it's that balance of finding happiness with other things besides career. And I think it is exciting to be able to do what we do for our job. It's very exciting. And we can sort of make a video about relatively anything in our lives, and it gets views, and we get paid for it, which is crazy. But yeah, that definition of me is becoming less and less vivid. So for me, I've always, money. I've always thought like if I have a lot of money, I have a job that pays me a lot. But then when I think more in detail about it, it seems like the only reason that I want more money is to tell people I have more money.
Yeah, like
because at a certain extent, it's like how much money do you need?
To me, and I'm not saying this like I never want things, but to me, like I seriously don't crave buying things for me. Like honestly, the only thing I look forward to, like money wise, is like I want to buy this video game when it comes out. Like, seriously, I don't think of like for right now, I want to buy a nice house, and I don't mean like mansion. I don't mean like a house of lower quality where I could afford a better one. You know, I want to be able to afford like a nice house to live in for a long time. And if I can do that, then I'm pretty happy.
Is that a vision you've had since you were younger about having?
Kind of like since I've started making money on YouTube, I was like, because I don't know, like I've seen like friends, this sounds bad. I've seen friends whose parents can't afford a great house, and they're fantastic people. Like I don't mean anything by that, but I'm just like, it would be pretty cool to be in my 20s and be able to afford a house that like someone like my parents already own. You know what I mean? I don't know. No, I don't want that to sound selfish.
It doesn't. I 100% relate to that. I relate to that kind of also to the extent of like, I would like more money than my parents had.
Oh, really?
Well. Yeah, I would. I think that would be nice. And you can also, I mean, depending on your character, you can give back. And
Yeah.
that's there's a balance there as well about making money, and you know sometimes you have to be pretty selfish to make a lot of money. Sometimes you just have to.
Yeah.
And that's a hard balance of being like, how selfish am I going to be before I do things that are selfless?
Right.
Like, I'm making a lot of money. Yeah.
And what you just said is something I'm personally trying to like accomplish on my YouTube channel. Is like I know how to get more views. But I just see the way YouTube's going, and I see what's popular. Like, people will not shut up about Logan Paul.
Right.
And I know it's in a negative light, but still, he's like more popular than ever now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm honestly like really against it. Like I want to be I strive to be like the thing where like it's like, oh my gosh, positivity for once. You know what I mean? I don't want any negative like on there. I really don't. Like I don't know. And some people might think that's fake, but to me, why
don't you talk about the real issues? Like people say,
yeah, like stuff like that. But like to me, it's like, because there's so many in real life, why can't you just take 10 minutes and have like a breath of fresh air every once in a while, instead of like, I'm not saying my videos are a breath of fresh air. I'm just saying like, why can't for 10 minutes you finally focus on something that's actually really positive,
and
instead of like
change,
everything else that's complainy.
Right.
Twitter Explore page.
Yeah, I mean, and nobody can change any of those things. Nobody can change what's going to happen with Logan Paul in the future. Nobody can change what happens in the news, and that's why like there's so much emphasis on that stuff. I think it's just all about being part of the conversation. People just feel like they're like a part of something. But the positivity is, for me, I still every day watch Sam Tabor, Andy Schrock, and all of them, because there is there's literally no negativity. There is a corner of YouTube and media that is meant to just make you happy and feel good.
Yeah.
And I think YouTube, I wish they could push more of that, but I mean, they're just going along with what does well.
Yeah, and what does well right now is drama channels just talking trash on everyone, and I don't know, just negative crap.
Yeah.
I don't know, it bums me out. That's kind of some of the anxiety I get, is I read so much crap, and I'm just like, the world sucks. And I'm just like, and that's what creates anxiety. I'm just like, all right. And I just like sit down all day. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just like sad.
Do you ever try selective ignorance, where basically you're like really, really choosing not to have any of that come into you? Like, will you avoid watching certain channels to make sure that you're not?
I no longer look at the Twitter Explore page.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
kind of
a perfect
funny
example. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I slip up and read it. But
I do the same.
No, I made like a personal goal, because it started like ruining my day. Like it really did. I would read stuff and I'm just like, I'm so bummed out right now. And like Catherine noticed it and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I just read the Twitter Explore page." Like, the world's going to crap.
Exactly. I have to do the same thing, where basically, if there's a channel that gives me anxiety now, I have to really make the attempt.
Yeah. You were telling me about that yesterday.
Right, and I'll be really entertained by this channel that also gives me horrible anxiety. It makes me think too much. And sometimes out there you have to just get rid of things that make you think too much about.
Yeah. I'm not going to name channels, but there are some channels now that used to put out the best stuff ever, and it was all funny, positive stuff, like hilarious stuff that you forgot about the world for a second, and now all they do is just talk about negative things. That's all they do. And they just complain about everything and make fun of people, and I'm just like, okay, like the people that you want to make fun of, just let them do their thing and just ignore it.
Right.
I don't know. That's my personal thing. Like, yeah, it's really cringy to watch, but you don't have to point that out, that it's really cringy to watch.
I totally agree. Nowadays, like even the commentary channels, which try to spread light on the bad things, like the people out there who are doing bad,
I'd rather them just create.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel the same way, where I'm like, I think you're just sort of adding to the mix, because if you watch, there's a commentary section. There's a lot of them. There's like a group of them that are kind of in their own little community, and you notice that all of them make the exact same title and thumbnails about the same video. If they were really interested in actually just like spreading light and being done with it, if one of their friends made a video, they wouldn't make a video.
Yeah.
But since they're all doing it, there's the extra alternative motive of making money and monetizing off these like horrible things.
I think there's just a big lack of creativity when it comes to that. When people are just talking about other people and the bad things that are happening. I don't know. I think, and that's what they make their money on. Like, that is what they do. I don't know. I think it's just kind of a lack of creativity. Why didn't you just create something cool?
Do you ever think that comes from just making too much, and then eventually you're
yeah,
out of
it could.
ideas?
Yeah, I mean, I people people have commented, you run out of ideas. It's like, yeah, no crap.
I'm doing this every single day.
Yeah, I made 1,500 videos. What do you mean?
Oh man, it's so insane. Yeah, and that's one thing I've been very selective about is literally, if there's a huge drama, yes, it's stupid and you ignore it. And I feel like a lot of people will make that step of being like, I ignore this, but then you have to take the extra step of ignoring the people who talk about it. And
right.
That's very hard to do on YouTube.
And I'm not saying we should ignore like everything that's bad, because there is bad in the world that needs to be addressed. You know?
Definitely.
But I don't know, when you make your career about that, I don't know. I'm not saying they should stop. I'm just saying I don't enjoy it.
Same.
Other people can enjoy it. That's fine.
Totally fine, yeah. I think it also depends on your character. If you're someone who can watch that and immediately it's out of your head the second you're done, which I don't believe that really exists.
Yeah.
But if you are someone like that, that's great. But for me, it sits in my head for so
long.
long.
It runs my day.
Yeah.
It really does. Like, I'll read things and it can ruin my week. I'm just like, geez, like.
Yeah, and I'll even do the same thing where it's like I'll watch a video and I'll laugh the whole time, but then I spend 3 hours in my head thinking of what I want to say about it, and I've had to cancel those things out as well. Where it's like even things that make me think too much about something I can't control. I
was thinking about making a video about the new YouTube policy where you have to have like 4,000 hours of watch time and stuff. And I was like honestly thinking about making a video about it because I was gonna like say certain things that I haven't heard other people say.
Right.
But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, it's a pretty negative. It's me talking crap on YouTube, basically. And then I was like, I'm just not going to do it.
Nice.
So I just didn't do it. I don't know.
Well,
because I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do the thing that I don't really enjoy when other people do.
Yeah, I did the same thing. There was something that offended me yesterday that
I think I know what it is, right?
Yep. And that I was going to tweet about, and I asked my girlfriend about it. Luckily, right beforehand, it was just like, what do you think about this? I was like, is there a point in me doing this? Will it change anything? She's like, no. The people who don't agree will like you less, and the people who agree will like you more.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
So, you're not going to change.
Or maybe not even like you more. Maybe just be like, yep, still agree with John.
Yeah. I feel that, bro. But yeah, that's the thing. I feel like at the end of the day, any commentary doesn't really change people's minds.
Yeah.
It really just reinforces the people who believe in you and who dislike you. Mm-hmm. So I think you've made a good move by avoiding the drama. So to continue on this really despairing conversation, what are your dream traveling places this year? Because you're traveling so much now. You go to Hawaii. Okay, I'm going to say this right off the bat. Sam Tabor goes to Hawaii, and people are sort of selected to go to certain places.
It's very true.
It's true, but it's important because imagine Andy Schrock literally bringing everyone to these places.
Oh, no. We actually, okay, before I say this sentence, I love every single person that went on the last Hawaii trip. Like, seriously love that they were all there.
Why are you winking at me?
But
I'm just kidding. Why do you secretly hate them?
But just, I don't even mean them as personalities. I mean, the extra bodies on that trip made it kind of hard to skate.
Right. That's how
and I don't mean personalities. I just mean like there was a lot of humans there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's very it's special.
You kind of have to. I get like, whenever I'm not invited to a trip, I completely get it.
Right.
You know? And whenever I am, I'm like, yay.
Yeah, and that's like, so I am on the Vegas trip.
Yes, you are.
And Sam is on the Hawaii trip.
Recently, I went to Vegas with him, though.
Right, and recently I didn't go to Hawaii. But I will say that Vegas, I've like made this really known. I dislike Vegas, so I actually stopped going on this trip myself. But, you know.
Maybe I replaced you.
Maybe you did. It's also one of those things, too, where if I was like Andy Schrock, I would love to go to Hawaii. It would happen the next time.
Oh, yeah, he would. Yeah, if anyone ever wants. Because I've heard people complain, like, why didn't I get invited to this? And I was like, well, did you ask? No. Well, ask. And then he'll say yes.
Yeah, he will. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You've been to Hawaii. You go to California whenever you want. You're going to New York this summer.
I am.
Yeah, you're going to New York and hanging out with me. What are some dream destination spots? Even if it's not this year, where do you plan on trying to go explore?
You know how much I haven't thought about this question?
3. I was scaling from
3
1 to 10.
in general, yeah. I guess, I mean, I don't think I have any, like, I'm not dying to go anywhere, but I would like to go to New York. That is a place where I've consistently said, like, I really want to go to New York sometime.
Your skating would work there.
Really?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, because you like skating quirky things, and there's a lot of little quirky.
I've kind of only like skating quirky things, I've noticed, because I feel like I'm getting worse at skating, and I think it's because every obstacle here is for good people, and I'm not that good. I don't know. But, like, I feel like my skating only slightly shines when I'm skating something weird to me. But on to the question, though.
That's creativity, though.
That's me trying to be creative, and a lot of times it doesn't even look good. But
it's good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're very humble. It's very good. Anyways.
I'm going to say New York.
Okay.
And this sounds really funny. Wisconsin.
Whoa. Really?
I'm
For the cheese?
No, I'm going February 10th to Wisconsin, and I didn't know it was a dream place until I watched. Shout out to Phil Smaggi. He is a
Shout outs.
Yeah, he is a. I'm just gonna say a snow skater. He's a snow skater, and he's also a professional trials motocross.
Oh yeah.
Like, like the people that go up vertical walls. Like he's like friends with Travis Pastrana and stuff. But he has a snow skate park in his backyard, and it is the most legit snow skate park in the world. It looks like you're in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, and it's just like snow skate obstacles. It's like
And
a
you're
heaven.
going to skate there?
Yeah, he has
What?
a little contest every. I don't even know if it's a contest, but they call it a contest. But it's all the ambition dudes. So it's basically like everyone just goofing off for like 2 days. But it's like literally like acres of snow in the woods that you can do stupid stuff with, and it looks so fun. And he has goats. You need to look up Phil Smaggi.
I just love the way you said
he's
it,
a character.
though. You're like, dude, snow skating, goats?
Dude, he has goats, and one of them's named Gary. It has like 50,000 followers on Instagram.
What?
And it's a snow skating goat that like does like tricks with them. Dude, it's like crazy.
So it's just like 3 dreams in one place, basically.
Yes.
Goat hangs. So snow skating, you've been doing like an insane amount.
I love it. I like love it as much as skateboarding.
That's amazing. What about it? I mean, does it just feel very similar?
It's different than skateboarding because you can do it differently. Like I think I'm better at certain things on a snow skate, like gaps. Like people always ask, they're like, why can you skate a stair set on a snow skate and not a skateboard? And it's like, well, there's no trucks and wheels, so you can't like get your feet tangled up. There's snow.
There's snow.
It doesn't hurt. You're wearing like 15 layers.
It's true.
So even if you do slam really hard, it kind of doesn't hurt that bad.
Right.
And I love the cold. I love snow. I've always loved snow.
Right.
But I know a lot of skateboarders don't like the effort that you have to like. You have to like put in effort to snow skate. You have to shovel the spot. You have to prep it. The conditions have to be perfect for you to have a really good time. But
Right. The conditions are the opposite for skateboarding. So
like I like skateboarding more because you can do it. You don't have to do anything. You just hop on your board and you go.
Right.
With snow skating, it's like before you get to skate, you have to do 30 minutes of work beforehand. But I don't know. I think it's really, really fun. Like really, really fun. I love it.
I
Also,
agree.
the people I snow skate with.
they're amazing.
Like
And
the
they're amazing
Ambition team
skateboarders.
are like I consider them some of my best friends now. They're awesome people.
Yeah, I agree. I think snow skating is one of the most fun things I've done in a very long time.
Yeah.
I did in New York City.
We need to
and I was
go.
like, yes.
Yeah, we need to take you on a trip where there's like really cool spots and like everyone there. The cool thing about like I don't even know what I'm doing completely. The Ambition dudes, they're like they have a formula to what they do to make you have a good time. So I want to take you on a trip. It's fun.
I'm 100% down. That'll be one of my travel destinations to go here again, and then we'll go snow skating.
Canada.
That'll be super fun. So to completely change the subject once again, did you know that YouTube is literally one of the most sought out jobs, period, for kids nowadays? For like
all kids want to be YouTubers?
yeah, like it's like 95% or some insane
Really?
number. Like that's not factual, but it's above 90% of kids want to be YouTubers, and almost the rest of that is influencers. Because I think a lot of people don't really know what it means, but yeah, I mean it's basically
If
social
everyone
media.
becomes YouTubers, we're screwed.
That's very true. But I don't think there's really room for everyone as well.
No. Well, plus some people just can't do it.
Right, and it's also like, would you advise this world to your kid if you had a kid and he was like, I want to be a YouTuber? Would you?
I'd be skeptical because the internet would think I'm forcing him to be a YouTuber.
Right. Do you think it would be good for him to be a YouTuber?
Yeah, I mean, the way YouTube's going, maybe not, but I think if they have good values and they're creative and they love making videos, then yeah, I mean, sure.
Cool.
You know, but I have I do agree. A lot of people have been saying this. I don't know if there's going to be another huge YouTuber from zero right now.
Right.
I don't know if that's going to happen because it's so hard to get out there now. H3 made a thing about that. They were like, I think Ethan said that he doesn't think anyone is going to create a YouTube channel from now on and be huge.
Right.
Which, I mean, I don't know. That's really, you can't say that really, but like.
Well, it depends what you're willing to do. But a good example is
yeah.
friends that we have friends, I have friends that are doing the most insane viral seeking content on the planet, and it does. I mean, it's like it takes that level, and also what they're doing isn't very healthy for anyone. It's not healthy. Well,
and it's not getting. A lot of them aren't going viral.
Right, exactly.
They're just like normal views.
Exactly, and there are things that I would never recommend like my child do. I would not tell my son to.
If my kid wanted to do that stuff, I would say heck no. Like,
right,
no.
and that seems like it's such a scary world because. For me, it's always been difficult to think about like a kid being wrapped up in this thing where he's creating content for people to critique. So I'm thinking about like my child, or I think of someone like Andy Schrock's kid. Andy Schrock's kid is a very popular kid through YouTube because he's just been in Andy's videos forever.
Yeah.
So this little kid could potentially start a YouTube channel and do really well really quickly. And I always think like, I wonder how Ryden would feel if he uploaded a video and the first comment is like,
I don't think he's like at the maturity level yet.
right.
And that's not me saying Ryden's not mature. I'm just mean he's 6.
Exactly.
Or 5.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. But I think
I don't know how a 6-year-old reacts to someone saying like, that sucked.
yeah.
You know, if I was 6, I'd be like, no, it didn't. What do you mean?
Exactly, exactly. And that would be my biggest fear is my kid being exposed to all this hate and becoming cynical really quickly.
I would make sure they're mature enough, I guess. I don't know. That's really hard to judge.
Yeah, just ask your kid.
Because we are kind of the generation where we're going to have kids that want to be YouTubers. No one else had that. No one else, I don't know.
Definitely. Like right from the get-go. I mean, he's going to be in preschool, and his friends are going to be like, we should be YouTubers.
Yeah. I kind of said that, not how I meant it, but kind of, okay, yeah.
Or like my dad,
like
my dad's a YouTuber. And
yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, we're the generation where our kids can have parents that are YouTubers.
Right.
You know, like my dad didn't have the opportunity to be a YouTuber.
Same.
Although he is a radio talk show host, so it's kind of the same thing.
That's insanity. Which I feel like a lot of your boisterous personality comes from, to be honest.
My dad is, oh my gosh, I need to make a video with my dad. He's so funny.
Can't believe you have it. And I met him the other day.
Like
a year and a half.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Jeez. Yeah, and he was super, super nice and very like radio host type guy.
Dude, he's very, my dad is me times like 6. Like in every aspect. Like, I don't know. My dad's awesome.
That's awesome. That's where you get, wait, was something happening?
No, I was about to say I love you, Dad.
Shout outs, dads.
Dad,
you're pretty cool. Okay, so your kid is getting into YouTube, your child. All right, imagine this scenario. He's like, Daddy, I'm doing YouTube tomorrow. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to encourage whatever my son wants to do.
Yeah, run away.
What advice do you give him about starting a channel? Or what advice do you give people out there who want to succeed on YouTube?
How old are they? Who am I talking to?
These are 12-year-olds. And you're trying to give them advice on how to succeed on YouTube.
Dude, like, if they're 12, like, just make funny stuff that you think is funny. And don't try to, I wouldn't even put it out there yet. Like, I want to find these videos. I made Bionicle videos where I tried to do stop motion and I did a voiceover, and it's the funniest, worst thing I've ever done. But I was like 12, and I think you should just practice doing that kind of stuff because it gets you into like a creative mindset.
Right.
Like Olin Rogers, one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, he started making, like, he wanted to be like a director when he was like a kid, I think,
right.
or something. I'm probably butchering this. If Olin was watching this, he's like, nope. No, but I don't know. I wouldn't even worry about trying to get popular. I would just worry, like, make a video. You're 12. Like, try to see what happens.
How do you convince a kid not to want to be popular, though? Because it's very difficult. Because even as adults,
I don't think a 12-year-old knows what like popularity is.
He would probably think it's something along the lines of, I want to be accepted by everyone in my classroom. I want to be the coolest person in my classroom.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. Because, I
that's
mean,
the
yeah,
hard
that
part
is a thing. Luckily, I had, like, an older brother that told me, he was 6 years older than me, and he like, told me that, bye, Riot. He, like, told me that, like, popularity doesn't matter. And so I actually, he's like 6.5 years older than me, so anything my brother said, I believed. Like, I was just like, yep, because I wanted to be like him. Mm-hmm. So, like, in high school, I really didn't care about popularity because my brother was in college, and he already, like, it was like, popularity is stupid, don't worry about what other people think of you. He, like, said good things. But I was, yeah. Well, I was very insecure still, though. Like,
well, it's funny that you say that because it's proven that the people who succeed the most are the people who do these quirky things that kind of become these big careers.
Yeah.
And it's someone like you think of like the person who made Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane. It's like he's this kind of nerdy kid who just drew cartoons all the time. He had a public like comic strip in a magazine when he was 12.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always noticed that people that get really big somehow, like, did something weird at one point. You know what I mean?
But that's so hard. I always thought about that. Like, that's so hard to teach a kid, to tell him, like, hey, well, I know you want to be liked by all your classmates, but do this thing that might make you hated by everyone.
Yeah, I honestly think if a kid is 12 years old and what they care about is getting popular,
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be popular.
Put them up for adoption.
No, I think the people that get bigger are the people that were trying to animate when they were 10 years old and they sucked at it.
Right.
But that maybe they created something. You know, they're not worrying about what other people are thinking of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or like an artist, like they're just drawing. They're doing it for fun.
Right.
I would really, if you're that young, I would really not try to. Is your camera recording? Or if I was giving advice to a 12-year-old, I would definitely not at all worry about even building an audience yet. Just create and see what you like, discover what you're good at. That's what I would do.
I agree. It's a hard balance. It's a hard thing to convince sometimes, but yeah,
Don't ask for a shout out.
There you go.
Do
That's
not
the best.
ask for a shout out.
Or
and
anything
if you do,
free.
Yeah, and if you do, don't say, "Can I have a shout out?" Like some kid said that to me at a skate park recently.
No.
He literally, I was filming, I was talking to the camera, and he goes, "Can I have a shout out?"
He kind of just gave himself a shout out.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. You don't see him, but yeah.
Advice to a kid: if you're out there and you're gonna ask for a shout out, just make a poster, write out your username, and then stand behind the person in a video, so you're not disrupting anything.
No, actually, your girlfriend tweeted something awesome yesterday.
Uh-huh.
She said, she didn't say shout out, but she said that this is the correct way to ask for something, and she retweeted the dude that asked for something. Did you see that? He was like, "I'm a stop motion graphics artist or something. I'd love to collaborate with you. Here's an example of what I can do for you." And he already created something for Sarah, and she retweeted, and she said, "This is how you do it." That's
100%.
true. If you want a shout out, number one, don't say, "Can I have a shout out?" Bring something to the table that maybe I would want to use,
Right.
and not just me. I mean anyone, and show why you're valuable. You know, to anyone. Like,
Exactly.
Like the songs that I've been making, the 3 songs that I made, I've already sent it to 2 different things to see if they want to use it. And I haven't got a reply yet, but I'm going to keep on trying.
But that's at least sending value. That's something that
Yeah.
they can use.
And I'm not saying like, "Hey, I'm trying to get popular." I'm saying like, "Hey, I think this would work really, really well with what you do. Just let me know if you want to use it."
Right.
Keep in contact. Like, I'm not asking for money. I never ask for money because they're probably going to pay you. So like, don't just, I don't know.
And plus, I would like to think that you would want to work with someone so much that the money isn't going to be a big thing. A lot
Exactly.
of times, you got to plan that ahead. If you want to work with someone, make sure there's someone who you want around you rather than someone who's going to give you a good payday. A lot of people focus on the money, and that is going to be why you fail. So speaking of Olin Rogers, actually, that dude is, since you told me about him, he has become one of my biggest inspirations, especially
He's
because
incredible.
I love
He's
the
one of the
idea.
dudes I sent the music to.
Really?
For Final Space.
Oh, right.
I thought for like a trailer it could be really good. I don't think he's seen.
Well, that would be
I
amazing.
don't know what to send, like where to send stuff to him.
I don't either, because I feel like he's just in Los Angeles working 24/7.
Yeah, he's like seems like the busiest dude ever.
He does. But so, would you consider him one of your like 3 biggest inspirations? But that's what I was gonna ask: is who are your 3 biggest inspirations
For YouTube, he's number 1.
Okay.
Because you can tell he does not care at all about the algorithm of
Right.
YouTube. He doesn't like. If he had 2 views, I feel like he would still be just killing it. You know, he would just be.
Definitely. He does not seem concerned about trying.
No,
to
not like
grow
he does
his
not
channel.
care about. I mean, he probably does a little bit, like popularity, but it's not like based on how popular can I get. It's like, are people liking this?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's the mindset I've always wanted to have, and I think he nails it with that.
Definitely.
And Final Space, like he's making a cartoon, like
And he's got the voice actor of SpongeBob.
yeah. And Conan O'Brien is like the co-guy or something.
The producer.
the co guy.
He's the Conan is the co-guy.
You know he's like 6'6".
I did not know that.
Yeah.
He's a scary giant.
Yeah.
So on top of him, who else inspires you? 2 other people in all fields. So
okay.
music too.
Okay. Another YouTuber, Video Game Donkey. He's awesome.
Okay.
He's a gaming YouTube channel. He's also up there, like, I don't know, to me, no clickbait. I don't know. It's just like you can just really tell he's doing what he wants to do, and he's been doing it for 15 years, and he's going to continue to do it. I don't know. It's just awesome.
That's awesome.
I think it's awesome. Music, Radical Face.
Ooh, that is such a good one. Radical Face is someone I've been trying to introduce more into my vlogs, just playing on the radio.
He is Ben Cooper is
Have you met him?
fantastic. No, Hunter O'Shea knows him.
Okay.
Ben Cooper came to the Happy Medium 3 premiere or 2 premiere.
If he came to the 2 premiere, I was there.
Really?
That would mean I was in the same room with Ben Cooper.
It was either 2 or 3. I don't know, but Hunter's friends with them.
That's insane.
If you guys don't listen to Radical Face, listen to them. It's actually one guy, I think, but he gets help from, when they record, it's like a band, but he writes everything, I think. Could be wrong. But, no, I've actually ditched songs because I thought it sounded too much like him.
Really?
Yeah, which I've heard a lot of artists in music do. I saw a thing with Modest Mouse, I think, and he was giving advice on music writing, and he was and if it starts to sound anything like one of your favorite bands, just ditch it.
Wow.
Because no, it's true. I've written stuff, and I'm just this. I don't know what this is, but I know someone has made it. I think, maybe, and it gets that. That's actually one of the main reasons I've ditched stuff. Is this sounds. I don't want to copy anyone. This sounds really similar to certain stuff, but other people probably wouldn't notice it at all. It's just me.
Are there any other artists that you would probably recommend out there?
Music artists?
Yeah, on top of Radical Face. I would recommend Youth Lagoon. It's a very, very...
Youth Lagoon?
Youth Lagoon.
Never heard of them.
They're really, really good.
What kind of music? Is it
It's kind of beachy, dreamy, whatever to an extent. It's more ambient than someone like Radical Face. But they're very, very good. Because a lot of times doing what we do as well, I feel like we're kind of selective on the music we put out there because, we can't put out our favorite bands.
Right,
we can't put out our favorite music, but we'll find.
You can't
bands.
even cover your favorite music.
Yeah,
I got a copyright, not a strike, but a claim.
Really?
I didn't know on that. A Radical Face cover actually. Kind of funny that we're talking about that.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's not Ben Cooper's fault. It's just an automated robot that detects songs. It's just what it is.
That's insane.
Yeah. Other artists.
Modest Mouse is good too, by the way, but I'm pretty sure everyone out there's heard Modest Mouse.
I honestly have only heard 3 songs by them, I swear.
They're pretty talented.
But I've liked them. I've liked every single one that I listened to.
They're good. I will say this, though. When they came into music, I played these old bands like them. Radical Face is kind of one of them to people who maybe listen to more traditional music, and they'll think they'll kind of think all this sounds the same.
Yeah.
And but if you listen to Modest Mouse and Radical Face, they're vastly different, but someone who doesn't recognize the genre will probably be these are similar. I don't know what my point was. Modest Mouse in an interview was just the funny thing is I started making music because I was you don't have to be talented, because he heard, this is what's funny because I think there's a correlation here with kind of SoundCloud rap nowadays. There's a lot of people will say all SoundCloud rap is the same or they're not talented. And even I've thought that before too, but then I see an interview of Modest Mouse who says things there was the Pixies and he couldn't sing good, and I was screw it, I can't sing good either, so let me make music. And I listen to Modest Mouse and I love him, and then I'll play it in front of people who listen to more traditional music, and they'll be he doesn't even sing good.
Oh yeah, yeah. My mom is one of the best singers I know.
Oh right, she's
fantastic.
That's where you got
dude.
it
She
from.
could literally be famous. I'm not kidding. She's so
crazy.
Good. Yeah, she's fantastic, but she's a very proper singer. And she's not opera or anything. She just has a fantastic voice.
Right.
And so when I show her music of someone that I really like that doesn't have the best voice, she's "You're so much better than that. That guy is awful." Even Radical Face or someone.
Really?
Yeah, because he doesn't have a crazy voice,
Right. Yeah. It's pretty normal.
Yeah, to me, just the music he writes, he's a very good writer. And I think a lot of people don't take that into consideration when they listen to songs. They're well, he doesn't have a good voice, he sucks. And it's he wrote this.
Right.
He wrote this song, the melody, everything about it.
What do you think it is about the rise of these kind of artists, though? How do you think of
what
Modest
artists?
The artists who seemingly don't fit the traditional mold of what is good. So, I'm going to extend this, and a lot of people are probably going to be upset for comparing Modest Mouse to this person, but let's say someone
Lil Pump.
Exactly. What about Lil? Why do you think Lil Pump is? Because there's a lot of SoundCloud rappers who say the same things he says.
Really?
Yeah. So
I don't think I'm educated enough on SoundCloud rap to know, but to
Well,
me,
no,
with
let's
Lil
talk
Pump,
about-
all I've seen, I don't know anything about him, but other than what I've seen, memes of.
Right. What do you think the appeal is of him? Because he has a huge.
I think
fan base.
the don't give an F attitude is
Yeah.
very popular with teenagers.
I always try to dive into it because I'm always thinking because they could like someone who's more traditionally popular who doesn't give an F, right? Like Eminem.
Yeah.
And it's
I also think but it goes to that attitude of really not caring about anything, even when it comes to sounding good.
Oh, right.
I mean, like, the less you try, the better.
Right.
It's like,
you think it's more relatable, maybe?
Like that, people like that because it's just like, yeah, he doesn't even care. He's like, I don't know. To me, that's what it is. I could be completely wrong, but to me, I think like teenagers really like, just not giving a heck. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. Because I've never listened to that type of music ever.
Yeah, I've been pinpointing it more on like because I thought about like why do I like Modest Mouse so much too, and it's like well there's a lot of reasons, but
Modest Mouse is actually like really good.
right. But that's the thing though. It's like
they're different,
but they don't sound like Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake when you hear sing, you're like oh my gosh he can sing really well.
Well, I think that's also like an attractive thing about them is that they just went against a lot of things.
True.
A lot of people like that. A lot of people like the fact that they went against everything.
Right. I also like the fact that I can sing along to a Radical Faith song and almost feel like I'm singing it like he is.
Yeah.
I think there's a huge appeal there as well. And I think with SoundCloud rap, I think every kid who listens to Lil Pump, or a lot of kids, probably think that they can have a career in SoundCloud rap.
Maybe.
So.
Yeah, actually, I know that for a fact because I know someone that started making SoundCloud rap.
Really?
I do. And they're actually not bad.
See, that's the thing.
They're actually like not bad. I listened to one thing. I'm honestly not a huge rap fan, but for what it was good.
That's interesting because I heard just a little more on this. I was watching Cody Ko, who's another YouTuber who does commentary videos, but he made a video making music, and the whole time he just exclaimed how little he knew about what he was doing. And by the time he was done, it sounded like a normal SoundCloud rap. And I think that was kind of the idea of the video, but he enjoyed it, and you could tell he was actually creating it. He wasn't trying to be satirical or like hate on it, but he made a good song. And like,
I think you're right. I think like, gosh, it sounds like I'm ripping on this type of music, but I think the fact that you don't have to have insane talent is a lot of people like, you know, because I think you're right. I think it gives them oh, maybe I could do this.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, what's becoming maybe better for society is the fact that having a different creative perspective is more powerful than being traditionally really good at something. Yeah. So if you can sing, like, if I sang in, like, the weirdest way tomorrow and nobody thought it was good, it would be appealing because they're like, whoa, this is different. Yeah. And if you, like, hear, like, 70s or 80s bands, like AC/DC. Right. That guy's voice is crazy. Yeah. But, like, it's popular because it's different. Like, you know what I mean? It blew up because, you know, he sounds crazy. He's like, just, it sounds crazy. But, like, people like it because it's, like, different and, like, no one else is doing that. Right. That's what gets me on the, I think with Lil Pump, I think his lyrics are so outrageous. People are like, is he really saying this? And they like it. Like, it's, you know, like. Yeah. What were you about to say, though? I interrupted you. I kind of forgot. Oh, good. Well, nice. I was going to say all this stuff works really well with the advice we were giving earlier with YouTubers about if you do something different, you can blow up from it. And, like, it's like, yeah, you know, my 12-year-old kid probably would be listening to Lil Pump, you know? Yeah. And it's like, I would just give him the advice of what he's watching. Like, look at Lil Pump and what he's doing. Maybe don't say what he's saying in public. Yeah. But use his thing. I would be a parent. I'd be like, yeah, I don't want you saying, yeah, my girlfriend does cocaine. Exactly. But he's like, you don't have a girlfriend. There you go. But since he's acting different. This is like the third time I've done introduced Chapstick. For the third time. This is my buddy Chapstick. But yeah, I mean, I would be like, hey, take the note of doing something weird and unique and different and seeing the results from it. Yeah. And I know people out there are going to argue with the fact that I'm saying that Lil Pump is different, but I think he is. You know, I think what these people do, it's like, if you don't listen to rap, if you don't listen to music that, like the kind of music that Modest Mouse makes, if you're not interested in it, then everything's going to seem the same, but once you're embraced in the world, things are different. It's the same with skaters. Like, everyone's like, oh, at a certain level of skating, they're all the same. It's like, the pro skaters are vastly different. Yeah. Pro musicians, etc., or just musicians in general. Yeah. I also think Lil Pump had a lot of help, like, getting out there, you know? Yeah, he got pushed by No Jumper, which, by the way, this podcast is inspired by No Jumper. Really? Yeah, I like what he does. Yeah. Yeah. I watched your interview with him, and I liked it. Yeah. Oh, wait, I watched Aaron Jaws Hamoki. Was it good? Yeah, it's really good. That's awesome. He's actually a really good interviewer. Wait, Jaws or Adam? Is that his name? Adam22 is a very, very good interviewer. Yes, I've noticed that because a lot of people... He asks, like, good questions, and he, like, knew stuff about, like, happy mediums and stuff. It was funny. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I loved your happy medium 2 part. He's like, you went pro because of that, right? That's amazing. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I think he does a lot of research beforehand, which is... what I didn't do with you, because you know what? Honestly, I just don't care. I'm just kidding. Okay, so this is the last thing that I have written. I don't know how far of a rabbit hole it's going to go, and I feel like we've already touched on this a little bit, but I have written, I feel this overwhelm of content nowadays. Like I basically just feel like there's too much content to absorb. Especially being a YouTuber myself, I'm doing research constantly. I want to ask this first. Do you do research on what kind of videos that you should do next, or do you go through YouTube to sort of get ideas of what kind of content to create, or even your
Probably
own videos?
should, but no, not really. I mean, I have, but it's not something I do regularly. Yeah, but it's smart too. Like, if you want to get views, honestly, you should see what's popular.
Well, that actually answered my question. I was going to ask if you disconnect from it, or if you actually embrace the whole absorbing more content to be inspired, or do you think that you have the inspiration in your head right now, and it's more about executing the inspiration, or do you feel like you need to absorb as much inspiration?
I think
as
the
possible?
stuff that I'm inspired by and the things that I want to do aren't going to get a lot of views.
Really?
If I did something artsy, I don't know, that full-length skate video that I mentioned earlier, I was thinking about doing a webisode thing with my own music to it, and it was going to be very artsy, not me talking anything vloggy whatsoever. It's going to be filmed with a VX, that kind of stuff. It's artsy, and I don't think that would do that well, because the YouTube algorithm for skateboarding right now is I don't know, this girl's hot at the skate park?
Yeah,
will someone please make that video?
Please, this girl's hot at the skate park.
Question mark. But no, it's smart. I don't think view-wise I'm the smartest YouTuber. There are things that I could definitely do that would give me more views and that I'm not doing that you could argue that I should do.
Why don't you?
Because I don't want to copy everyone. And I'm not saying this like I'm the good guy
this
or
is
anything.
all you.
I just mean
because this is all subjective.
because everyone else is doing it. I don't know. And I'm probably copying. I copied Andy. When I started, I think everyone did kind of because he is the OG skate YouTuber.
I never have.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I've copied.
That was actually one of my biggest hate comments when I first started my channel is you were just an Andy Schrock clone. Everyone said that, and then I tried to differentiate myself from that.
What was your first concept of trying to differentiate from being like Andy? Because Andy was what you knew at the time, right? Pretty much the extent of what you watched.
And I know I started my channel when I was 18, but dude, I feel I'm not even remotely the same dude as I was when I was 18. Do you ever feel that?
Yeah.
This is off subject, but I am remotely not the same guy I was when I was 18.
Same. I feel like I changed pretty drastically every couple years.
Yeah, me too. Me too. What was your question? I had a point to saying
I don't
that.
know, but continue with that. I mean,
well, I had a point to saying that, but freaking I don't remember.
How do you deal with similar issues?
We're good podcasters.
I can just cut this. And trying to feel inspiration on the platform. Do you disconnect from watching content and absorbing too much content as an inspiration? That was the question.
Okay, so disconnecting from watching too much content. I don't watch a lot of content.
Okay.
I don't study YouTube content really, because honestly, with skate channels, I think I can almost safely say that I know every single skate channel out there. Almost. Maybe not. I don't mean every single one. I mean every single big one.
Right.
I know, and I know what they're all about.
And you know them personally, right?
Kinda. Not every single one. There's some people that I've not said one word to, but I'm pretty sure both of us are aware we exist.
Right.
Does that make sense? But I kind of know what every other one is about, and some of them just aren't my thing. So I just don't watch them. Do you watch YouTubers that you don't necessarily like that get a lot of views because you want to see what they did because you're interested?
Not typically, no.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, not typically.
Because I've done that before. I've watched a Logan Paul video to see. I'm like, why are people into this?
Right.
I'm not trying
Did you learn anything?
No. No, I actually did. I really do think that a huge popular thing on YouTube right now is, gosh, I'm really trying my best not to just.
It's drama though. I mean,
but I think a really big thing right now is being disrespectful in public.
Right.
I think kids find that so edgy and funny, and they're like, man, I want to do that. Because you can get paid by doing whatever the heck you want. I don't know. I think that's a big thing right now.
What do you think it is? Do you think it's a certain personality trait that kids have that are attracted to that? Do you think it's sort of just relates to the whole entirety of children.
I don't think it's like every kid. I just think it like I don't know. I just think they see that like people that are not that much older than them, they're like 10 years older than them, but like they see people that are like late teens doing this and making a living off of it, and they're just like,
right,
wow, you can do whatever you want and get away with it, and
right, because it portrays a sense of confidence when people do things whatever they want in public.
Yeah. I also grew up being like the safest kid ever too. Like I didn't really have, I don't know, I was a spoiled little kid that like didn't do anything bad. Kinda, you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
that's what's funny. So there's two sides of it, right? There's like how you view it, where you're like, okay, I don't really relate to that, so I'm not really into it. But then there's kind of the opposite side where I sit, where the truth is I have had a lot of situations where I was very like rebellious and blah blah against the law, and like had to deal with cop issues all the time and dealt with issues like that. And on the opposite side of it, I look at it the same way you do, though. I still look at it and think, you know what? Like, I feel like I'm confident enough in the fact that, I'm willing to do those things if necessary, but I don't do those things because I don't want to bother anyone. And and I've dealt with being seen the way that I was seen as a kid, from being rebellious and blah blah. And I was very unintentionally rebellious because I was a skateboarder in Colombia. There's other features of me too that like seem seemingly rebellious. So there's also the opposite side where it's like, I've been through the craziness in public, the weirdness as a kid, and I still think it's off-putting, and I don't think it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't think it's cool at all.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing I was talking about. Like I know how to be more YouTube successful,
right?
But I don't think that's what makes you a good YouTuber. I don't. Just because you get views doesn't mean you're a good YouTuber. You know, like you can chop off your arm,
right,
for a video, and it would get demonetized. But you can do anything. I can make a video saying like punching a random stranger in the face. It would get huge.
It would do well.
I'm not gonna do that though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's just morals, I guess, that I have, and like a certain line that I'm just not gonna cross.
Right.
And
punching people in the face in public is that
punching,
line.
yeah, or other things that I've seen recently that I don't know.
I agree though. I'm standing right there with you, where it's just like, there's like clearly this level of you're just being creative and you're creating content accordingly, and then there's like people who make videos, and I don't even say this as in like, I'm saying this based on what they say. They'll be like, I know this will get views. Like people are open to saying that nowadays before they do something insane. They're like, I want to get views. And what they mean is basically, I want to get views, I want to be more popular, and I want...
They'll like say it in the videos sometimes.
They'll say it in the videos.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, how would you discourage that? Like if someone said, hey, I want to do all this literally just to get views. Like that's what I'm excited about. If you're
in YouTube to make money, then that's, I don't know, to me, I think that's just not what it's about, personally. And I literally know of certain people that have specifically said, they're like, oh yeah, I'm in it for the money, for sure. And you're just like, cool, like, okay. That, to me, like, there's like one could argue Logan Paul is killing it. Mm-hmm. Because he just got like 40 million views on an apology video.
Right.
Or like 6 million on an average video or whatever. So you could say he's killing it. To me, and Dunkey is still a huge YouTuber. Don't get me wrong. Dunkey has like 3 million, 6 million subscribers, something like that. But like he does whatever he wants. And I don't mean like disrespect. He is a gamer, but he like makes what he thinks is funny and stuff. To me, he's killing it way more.
Yeah.
Then just because you have the views doesn't mean you're killing it. To me, did you see that? It went dim again.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. Did I answer your question?
You did, because
Okay.
if I'm gonna add an extra cent in there, I totally agree. I have these entrepreneur business people that I follow, and the ones that inspire me the most are the ones who basically tell you to like love yourself more, rather than, or tell you the ones like embrace your creative side regardless of the outcome, and that's what they recommend you do. I love that a lot more than the people who are like, get out there, hustle your ass off, make sure you're like bleeding from your ears. Work that hard.
Yeah, dude, that's a huge turnoff to me, is when people are like, screw your morals, screw whatever. If it's gonna get you money, you want to retire when you're 30, do this. And I'm just like, no.
Right.
No, I'm not
Right.
doing that.
And there's an infinite amount of ways to like be financially stable enough to not have to work that hard your whole life.
Yeah.
Millions of ways. So to be out there and thinking that you have to do things that are like against what makes you feel comfortable. Well, I mean, I think it's good to be uncomfortable, but not in the sense of like doing things that you feel like you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. Like my biggest inspirations in my life are definitely not rich.
Right.
Like they might have money, but whatever, but they're not like millionaires. Mm-hmm. They're just genuinely good people that have good morals, like that I want to hang out with. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Olin Rogers, like it'd be cool to hang out with him. You know what I mean?
Amazing. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, I think that is a good place to end this very long podcast. Thanks for doing this with me. I appreciate it.
It was really fun.
Cool.
I hope every time I do like any type of interview thing, I feel like I never said anything I'm trying to say correctly, but I probably did.
To me, you came off saying exactly everything
cool.
you said, and it felt awesome. But guys, I will be doing this podcast every single week. That is my goal. This is a new channel. So if this is the first video, I think this might not be the first video. I'm not sure because I have a different idea. Anyways, regardless, I hope you enjoyed this. This is Sam Tabor. If you want to keep up with him, everything will be in the description down below. Go to his channel, go to his Twitter, I guess. And make sure you're keeping up with the Twitter Explore page to stay motivated and inspired. I'm just kidding. Check out everything Sam's doing because it's always fun and exciting. And if you are having a very stressful day, you can go on over to his channel.
You might hate it, but you can give it a try if you want.
You might hate it, but I'll tell you this. There's a lot of positivity over there.
There's a lot of this too.
There's a lot of the face.
There's a lot of that.
A lot of the face. So yeah, stay tuned for more episodes of Slanted. I think
is that what it's called?
I think it's going to be called Slanted.
I didn't even know the name of the podcast.
I think I just started it, but I think it's Slanted.
I thought you were going to say I just made it up.
I literally just made it up on the spot. Well, I mean, at first it was like sort of a word that kind of like it's my eyes, kind of, and I think it's funny. I think it's funny, but Slanted, I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna actually have to come up with the metaphor and then pretend I thought about it the whole time.
There you go.
But something about like going a different direction.
Doesn't that suck? Like if you ever start a band and you come up with a cool sounding band name, like if you get big, someone's gonna ask you
and
what
you
it
have
means.
to
You're
go
like, I don't know. It sounded cool.
That's exactly what I got to do in the future. So for the next episode, I'll have like this super thought out reason, like slanted. It goes the opposite direction. Everything else goes straight and parallel and perpendicular. Yeah. I'm slanted, dude.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thanks a lot, Sam. And guys, tune in for the next episode starring me and whichever guest is there. Great sign off.
That was a good sign off.
Take care.
Catch you later, Utah.